Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. Albert and I are talking a little bit here before the show. It's not often that you see a regional championship decided by 25 points.
Yeah, and also that tells you how good Ursuline is, because Canfield had a nice team. Ursuline really stuffed you out defensively. Canfield had trouble scoring. Irish on a roll right now, 12 consecutive wins, 24-3 record, going down and take on a power in Ohio for a long, long time, Archbishop Alter.
So the 7 losses don't go by that.
Their schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We see that often.
Yeah, that's a good point George made.
Yeah, don't go by the 7.
Yeah. You go by the 7, you're going to be surprised when the score comes up. I did get a kick out of what Coach Keith Gunter said, because I talked to people and they said he's a tremendous guy. This isn't about Ursuline anymore. This is his quote. This is about the Mahoning Valley and Youngstown. This is what we're trying to represent. And when I saw that, remember, I coached at a Catholic school once. I know what it represents. It represents the whole Mahoning Valley.
Well, he did say the whole valley. He said the valley.
But I don't think he thought he didn't say it the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it thinking that we're
us against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
No, there are players coming from the valley, and you think Ursuline's just going to be good this year?
Yeah,
they start 2 ninth graders.
Oh my! No! I saw a girls team the other day. I heard you see it more in the girls because sometimes the girls mature young.
Right.
But this is a no doubter.
2 ninth graders.
Now, if somebody doesn't try to poach them.
No, they ain't poaching from Ursuline.
But no. I mean big.
You're talking about IMG or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. That could happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, that could happen. So good luck to Ursuline in the tournament.
Yeah.
And that's what we have left. We were hoping to have more teams there, but
that's how hard it. No, I think you know what.
State of Ohio, right? You say
I think it's pretty dang good that we don't. That's how hard it is. I mean, you need to focus. You know, you've been how long you're in the game. You know, anything, a sprained ankle, the flu, a cold, a bad referee. Anything can happen. And there's no. I told you the story when I was at that game, Streetsboro and Poland.
That's one of the best stories ever.
This little dude, they tip one in at the buzzer. When I mean the buzzer, like .4. And I'm walking out, and this little dude's in front of me, and he's devastated.
He's distraught.
He says, "Daddy, can we call a rematch?" And I thought to myself, a couple of times I wished I could have.
Me too.
I mean, honest to goodness, this is that. And when these guys get down there, I don't like the 10:45 tip, to be honest, but it is what it is.
March Madness and Ohio Madness go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because George said any little thing, usually there's one game, usually, and it's probably going to happen down here someplace, that to win that championship, you get a referee's call that helps you, a bounce that you didn't expect, a bad sprain, something. It would take somebody great like Connecticut last year who just rode right through the tournament.
It doesn't happen.
Usually it's some
How
close
about if
game.
you're Sanford now? Those guys at Kansas, if they're not 100%, you're thinking, hey.
We can win this game.
And if you're on the other side, you're thinking, if we win, we're going to get Sanford.
Exactly, that's what we're hoping for.
Now you're in the final 16.
Yeah, immediately.
That's a pay raise for most coaches.
Awesome.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, they got incentives.
Yeah, when they make
their
the tourney.
contract all over the place.
No. Hey, Melissa Jackson. Okay.
Big hire for
Congratulations.
She knows this territory well. Coached at Akron. Went to a couple playoff, postseason appearances. Great winning percentage. YSU, I think, hit a gold mine here that because the bottom line is recruiting. It's not what X and O's anymore. Can you get the players in? I'm hoping she knows the portal well, because that portal is a.
We got a text today. He and I. It's filling up, and wait in 2 weeks when it goes full tilt when everyone's done playing. Like today is, 200, whatever. It's nothing to what. Nothing to what. Oh, real quick. We didn't talk about this because this happened overnight. These teams refusing the NIT, 6 of them. Now, you know what's funny, Al? They get in a bowl and all they talk about is the extra practices.
That's why I would never turn it down.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
Yeah, that's what I.
Unless you're so sure they're not going to be there, you think, why bother?
You mean the players leaving you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could happen. But if they're there,
2 weeks.
It represents your school that you go play. I mean, I'd like to sit down and talk to these 6 schools and say, what
Pitt,
was
St. John's.
You think you're too good?
I heard it.
You think you're
I'm
too
glad
good?
you said it because I wanted to say something. I heard a guy saying today, that basketball power Mississippi, he goes, I must have been asleep. And even St. John's the last 40 years. And you want to go back to Walter Berry? I'll listen.
No, that's big time, yeah.
And, and Pitt, come on. And here's the other thing.
Play.
I was thinking of this.
Play.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be competitors.
That's what I said.
And the other thing, too, I was thinking of this today. These guys are like, they can win 5 more games. All of a sudden, you go in and your record's 22. All of a sudden, you're 27, and you go in.
Heck of a record.
The AD says, hey, Al, we'll give you a little bump.
Yeah.
20. And they couldn't win 5 games in another tournament. There's no way.
Not a chance.
Now, the fact that it's not in the Garden, does that mean anything?
No, just go play. You don't look where it's
That's
at.
what
I never looked where we were playing.
No. what time are they playing? 4 o'clock?
We're going to go
get
play.
Your shoes.
We're going to go play.
Go get your shoes.
Yeah. And I know the kids would love to play. I don't care what the kids would love to play.
You think they asked them?
What? I have no idea.
That I have to know.
And if they didn't want to play, then I would have won them anyway.
What kind of guy are they?
Yes.
Unless they know what.
I don't want them.
You know what I'm thinking. You got a foot out the door.
Yeah,
The big kid's got a foot out the door down there, doesn't he?
That's what happens.
The one that's making the $450K?
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, I got a tip for him. You better go to Russia or somewhere, buddy. I watched when Carolina guarded you.
Couldn't get a shot off.
Couldn't even think about shooting the ball.
Yeah.
See, they don't understand what these big boys are like at the next level,
Big
do
boys.
they? They're big boys. And you know what? They're playing for keeps. I know Barkley seems like a nice guy on the end of that panel there. He done knocked every tooth out you had going for a rebound.
Yes.
And just smile.
Yeah, him and Shaq on the same
No.
same panel.
They don't miss a
There wouldn't have been
Shaq.
many rebounds.
Shaq. I sent this thing out the other day. All these people said Shaq was a plumber, or what that goofball from Duke say? He played against plumbers or something. Oh, what you call him? Jerry West said he had like filming like Russell, Chamberlain, Havlicek, Elgin Baylor, Oscar Roberts. He goes, these plumbers are pretty good. I think he's underestimating some of these plumbers.
Yes.
There's no idea what he's talking
They
about.
constantly do that. Now, the game's changed.
We'll admit that.
But the game has changed. Everything is faster and everything's shooting threes. But those players are awesome players.
But, like this guy, I remember one of those guys in the Yankees hitting a homer in an old timers game. No, doggone it. You don't think he could hit when he played?
I guarantee you could hit.
He hit it out of Yankee Stadium, not right field either. I'm like, I don't think, see, the great ones were.
Great or great anytime.
Great.
Yeah.
And they would have better vitamins, better training.
Great anytime.
Wouldn't be smoking a lung dart at halftime like Lenny Dawson.
They all did it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just him.
No.
They all did it.
I know.
Yes.
That's what I said. And like I just sent this thing out. It was about a clip of 15 of Shaq's vicious dunks. And
You know what you told me that you're forgetting? You thought you just dunked the ball.
Oh, I caught the footwork.
You said, wait a minute.
No, that's what I noted. No, the footwork.
His feet were tremendous.
He had Hakeem feet. I did not. Now remember, I knew, but I didn't remember.
Well, Hakeem couldn't play now either.
No, he'd be lousy. These people, I don't know. They need, and now on the other hand, if it happened,
He ain't a stretch four, so he couldn't play.
we couldn't find a spot for Hakeem. You think? We couldn't find a spot for him.
Oh,
no, the guy just like pivoted around and he blocked every shot you took.
Yes.
No, they don't realize. Well, this guy, I don't care what, and like those guys were shooting they would have adjusted. They'd have shot jump shots. You don't think you can make a jump shot?
If they knew,
yeah,
that's what they would have been practicing.
Exactly.
They were practicing post moves.
Like Larry Bird. You don't think he could shoot a 3-ball? Really? Could someone honestly look us in the eye and say, I don't think Bird could play?
That's what they think.
I said no, he couldn't because he'd be 75.
I see the NBA players saying, I don't think that white boy can play right now, and I'd say.
You have no idea what you're getting into, do you?
No,
idea what you're getting into.
He said, I'm going right here.
Yeah, I'm going to see that spot. I'm going right here. He
And
put an X there, and he would bank it in.
I know.
No, that one year, remember he won the 3-point without taking his warm-up off. He had that Celtic thing on.
He made fun of him.
Yeah.
He made fun of him.
It's like your boy running 100 with his sweats on.
Yes.
That's when you know. All right, now, we're going NCAA hoops here. We probably... we were right on 3 of the seeds from Christmas. The fourth one, we had Arizona in there, and there was a little slippage.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
And we got Carolina in there, which isn't too bad. But let's talk about these four. I'm just going to get a little bit. Let's start at the top. UConn. I loved them, though I saw the brackets. Jeez.
They get in the toughest bracket. No
Albert.
question.
They're supposed to be. They're the number
I
one.
know. That's what
Aren't they supposed to have the easiest?
Yeah, they messed that up. 3 tournament champions.
Hey, listen who I like. This is funny.
My boys.
Iowa State?
Auburn. No, I told you Auburn.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're all, I'm looking at that. Well, you know, UConn 450 to 1 I could deal with. It's not great, but they're pretty good.
I'd take them.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, who else? Well, I like Illinois. No, they're in there. No, I like so they got 3 tough games.
Yeah, no question. Iowa State, Auburn,
Iowa State is dangerous.
and Illinois. All 3 of them.
Illinois
Really
is dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm going. One of those. Remember last year we had
Creighton.
We had Creighton. We thought we got jobbed in that
did.
final 8. That was not
bad
much
call.
of a foul. All right, I'll go Houston. Saturday was a bad day for Houston.
They're the hardest team.
Tell me what you think.
Like I said, they're the hardest team of the ones.
Well, explain to the
Because
fans.
they can go scoreless for 10 minutes.
Yeah, they can. They can.
I mean, that's what they do. And
Okay.
if you can keep them off, it's easier said than done.
Big F on the old
Iowa
board,
State
right?
did it. Keep them off
Yeah,
the
they did.
offensive boards.
Yeah, they did.
They can be beat, and they can beat you that way too. Though there's teams that are used to scoring a lot of points.
No.
You're not scoring a lot of points against you.
No. I'm glad you said that because we looked the other day, and one of the few guys that knows what he's talking about, I said something about at some point your D drops. Like when you miss 8 straight shots.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
That happened to my team many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
You just lose that extra.
You try so hard as a
Or
coach.
the other way, you hit 5 and all of a sudden you're up and you're gone. Thinking we're just going to.
Yes, that's the truth. That's Houston. That is Houston. When you watch them, if they're putting the ball in the basket, you aren't beating them because they defend and we're going to the board.
And
like
here's
crazy.
one, Purdue. We
You
just
can't-
wait.
you
We just
can't-
wait for
Yeah,
it.
you can't say it. It's
We
going to
just
happen.
wait for it.
The reason being is, and Painter's a great coach during the regular season, but in the playoffs, he doesn't change anything, ever. And we said it last year, some high pick and roll team with a
Too many water bugs.
yeah, 2 or 3 guys who go off the dribble really well, and they'll put Edie in that
We'll put him like
every
in a
time
high pick and roll.
over and over and
he
over.
can't play it.
Yeah.
He can't play. And if I were he, I would have been working on a big zone
For sure.
for 4 months with Edie in the middle, like a 1-3-1. Those big 6'5" guys on the top.
Yep.
You're not throwing it over him. You're gonna have to throw it around.
Yeah, whatever zone he likes, he should have one ready.
I don't think he does.
I know he doesn't, because he doesn't believe in playing it. He'll play it 2 plays out of bounds.
Yeah.
And after that, he's back to man immediately.
Which is just as bad as being stubborn as being wrong.
Yes, yeah, it
We've
is.
talked about that. I never
What's
wanted
insanity? What'd you say?
Repeating the same, expected a different result.
And you aren't getting
No.
So you're going to be sitting there saying, wait a minute, Purdue's losing to Fort Atlanta.
Again.
And that's because by the way, most of the teams in this tournament have 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
You can go off the dribble.
And the other thing, too, guards that can go.
Yeah, most of them have one.
See, Houston, during the year, they could take the ball from or tie up the bad guards. March Madness, the bad guards are going.
Yeah, they're not taking them off that.
If you score off your defense, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, you hit it. North Carolina, I could throw. Could you have thrown Arizona there? Although
They're equal teams.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
both teams. They both live off a couple of good players. They both play fast. They both are decent defensively, but they're not great. Neither one of the 2 teams are great. They can be beat by a lot of teams.
well, I proved it. NC State running a 5-game gauntlet there.
And Arizona got beat in the tournament too.
Arizona got beat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I looked at that, and I thought
they
to
should be there
myself,
though, because Tennessee got crushed.
No,
and that was the team that was going to be on that last.
You know what the problem with
But other than that,
Tennessee and Purdue
Same thing.
have that reputation.
That's what you see.
And you say, well, you're being mean. No, he's telling you what. And then when they lose like they did, they didn't get beat Saturday.
Crushed.
They got murdered.
Yes.
We agree. So now, I have never seen, I got a text here. We got a buddy whose son's an NCAA coach. He gives us some pretty good scoop once in a while. This wasn't that, but it was in that vein. 32 conference champs, 18 were out by Sunday.
Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? That's why that was the bubble changer right there.
Yeah.
Duquesne winning, and Dayton getting a 7 seed. That was surprising to me. But that means they took a seed.
They would have just taken Dayton. See, but people were wrong when they said Duquesne took Pitts. They did it because Dayton was getting in anyway, and if Duquesne lost, they wouldn't have gotten in.
Right.
But somebody that did it in a one-bid league or such, then that was the case.
Yeah, and that is what happened. There was a couple of them. I think there was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That snuck in somebody that still got in the tournament.
Well, how about the Atlantic 10 on Friday? All 4 dogs won. I said to Al, I've seen 2.
I just saw Dan Brown is retiring too. How about that?
Going out on top.
Yep.
You know the last time they were in a tourney, would you happen to know?
40-some years ago.
Yeah, 77.
I remember the Nelson.
My first year here.
The Nelson twins.
They were recruiting our big guy, Mike Rice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I thought, and you know who? Seth was at Pitt. Seth Greenberg when he had hair. Absolutely. Local story. 2 big ones. One, Ohio State with a new coach. We'll talk about that. But Pitt not getting in. You had them out. I'll give you credit.
That's because I looked at their schedule.
You read me their wins.
Yeah, I looked at their schedule and it was putrid. If you look at them with just the naked eye, they should be in the tournament.
Yeah, they're top 45, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And George said it best. I would like on our TV show to know who made that schedule. Was it AD or the coach?
Yeah, because I'll talk crap on her if it was her, but I have a feeling he was involved.
If he was involved, then he should learn his lesson.
Canisius?
Right? Oh, there's so
North
many.
Carolina A&T.
There's so many right
There's
now.
all these letters after
and he lost to Missouri.
Who lost every game.
Yes.
At home.
That stands out.
At home.
Lost to Missouri. So they are one of the best teams, but they ruined their season in December.
You know, I did hear a guy say something interesting, though. You know, obviously, they all get cheated. They all would, and this is what we call losers, you and I. When you make an excuse every time you lose or something doesn't go your way. Like, they don't want the Steelers in the, why wouldn't they? You know, why don't they want Pitt? They want Pitt. And ACC wants as many teams in as they can get. But here's, like, when you say that, what's amazing is they know how important that strength of schedule is.
It's one of the things they look at.
And, you know, he's like, but in their defense, when you scheduled West Virginia last year.
Right, they were a tournament team last year.
You're thinking.
Missouri was a tournament team.
Tough game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What Missouri, they were not picked last in the SEC.
No, you don't know what's
So you don't know. But in any case, my most undeserving is Virginia.
Me too.
How do you feel?
Same team, exactly. And you have to understand, my favorite coach in the country
Oh, he loves the guy.
is Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
His faith, how he handles things,
Oh.
his style of play is my style of play. They're unselfish, how they dig in defensively. But they are not. This team by him is not one of the teams.
They're not going to get 50.
Yeah.
You have to wonder right now, they're in a play-in. Your first thought, the over-under is 120, by the way. I don't think they'll get 50.
They don't get 50 too often.
You might not get 58 yourself.
No, you're not getting 50 either. No,
that's
what
other
I'll
thing.
say. Yeah.
Now, let's say this. Two things they quit. One of the parameters used to be last 10 games. Threw that out. Why?
That really killed Pitt.
And you're in on that because, like you said, an injury or something.
That really killed Pitt. It really did. Because Virginia should not be in.
No.
That team should not be in there.
No, and they lost to Pitt at home. That's like, say there was a deciding factor.
And always was my deciding factor.
Right.
I played him, he lost.
Yeah. Now, where did Duquesne come from?
They've been coming for a month.
George
will testify that I told them.
Yeah, he did.
They changed their style. Give the coach credit.
Play slower.
Said we're going to use our guards to score. We are going to slow the tempo down, and we're going to defend better. And it worked. It was a work in progress, but they did it.
Can they be dangerous against BYU?
They're dangerous against anybody because of their style. And BYU's going to fire. They shoot those threes in the country. Yeah.
They play like they used to in football.
BYU's better players, though.
Okay.
You know, they're better players.
That's what I wonder.
Yeah.
There's another one I have argument with I'd like to run by you. Your old buddy, Izzo. What do you think? I didn't.
I couldn't. They're in the mix with the rest of the teams. I think they get in because of Izzo.
Okay.
I think that's where they got in.
He's supposed to be there.
Yeah. The only team there's only one I could argue about, and it's Virginia.
And it's funny, the committee, you talk talking out of both sides of your mouth. The one guy, that Lunardi, made some comment about, what's Pitt? They have something, they're 307. Guy said, well, you took Michigan State, they're 320. You know.
Yeah, the more stats you use,
Yeah.
you can turn them your way.
Yeah.
I admit it. I look at the teams as from a coaching standpoint. Who would I play?
Who would you want to play?
Yeah. Would I want to play Virginia or Pitt? Would I want to play Virginia or St. John's? Would I want to play Virginia or Seton Hall? Any one of those three teams should be in instead of Virginia.
Yeah, they're lousy. They're in a play-in game. Watch them win it.
Well, no, their style of play.
I know.
Whoever they play,
I think
they think, wait a minute, what are they doing
They're
here?
not shooting.
They're not dribbling around the perimeter like everybody else does.
no.
They're actually passing.
Moving. I saw a team move the other night. I called them right away. I
You don't see
there's
it.
a team moving. Cal Davis.
Yeah, you don't see it.
You know what's coming. 96 is coming.
Yeah.
It's just that's remember too, you guys that get nervous. If you double it, it only takes one more week, so it's not out of the question.
Right.
You could go to 128 one more week.
That's one more week. Yeah.
That's all. NFL. Here's the word of the day: legal tampering. I need a definition, please. What
They
is-
get away with it.
Yeah, what is
The
it?
NFL gets away with anything they want to. Anything they want to do, they'll get away
Yeah.
with it. But I know there was some serious tampering going on. I know it. As soon as that came across,
He's kind.
bang!
Yeah.
They started coming.
Remember that one day, Buddy Ryan was in the guys, or Rex Ryan was in the guys. The guy answered the phone at 12:01. He goes, "Hey," he says, "What are you?" He said, "We're in the driveway." He did. He wanted whoever it was that bad. I think it was one of the
funny.
safeties or something.
That's
you know.
funny.
Oh, he's a defensive guy. You know.
Yes.
And it started. Cousins or Atlanta. Al was on it.
Yeah, I said a long time ago, the guy's going to end up in Atlanta, and Atlanta's going to end up a much better team.
Hey, does he know how to make money? That guy.
He's a moneymaker.
Someone should grab him.
He's a
and,
moneymaker. Wow.
how many max?
He might not be the best quarterback. He's the best moneymaker.
Absolutely.
Somebody who's
How many
somebody
max
who's a regular
contract?
quarterback, which that's all you got to be in the coach right now.
Right.
They need your quarterback so bad, but cash deluxe for Kirk
How many
Cousins.
max contracts?
I know, over and over.
Now, Fields comes to the Steelers after they get Wilson. Any thoughts on that?
No, you have nobody. So I'm a Steeler. I'm not a fanatic.
I know.
I'm a fan, but they got the best guy.
Absolutely.
They got the best guy. I have no idea how long they're going to go with Wilson.
1 year max?
That's what
They're
I
not
would
gonna
do.
pay him.
That's what I would do. 1 year and then
Groom
here comes
his kid.
Fields. Yeah.
We love Fields.
Oh, my
both of us.
gosh.
He had no help. He had no help. Now,
How about with
now the
Chicago?
Bears have gotten
Now,
all the-
yes.
after he's gone. You're right.
Yeah, that's what happened. They got Allen from San Diego.
Oh, my gosh.
And then LA, they call them San Diego.
Yeah,
and then,
Chargers,
And then
yeah.
they're going to get one of those three receivers as the eighth pick. They're going to have three great receivers.
Hey,
right out
they're
there.
good receivers in this draft.
Yes,
Oh, my
there are.
God, everybody.
Yes.
That's the thing that I noticed. Oh, my gosh. Running backs, they're just trading teams. Swifty's going again. Swifty's our guy.
So it doesn't stay long.
No. You know, there are some odds for who will rush for the most of all the guys that traded teams.
There's odds on that.
It's odds on everything. But anyhow, what I noticed was one of those guys went to Houston, and Houston's going to be all that, and it was big odds. You look at some of the lighter ones, like King Henry, or whatever, obviously he's going to rush.
Wish I could remember who it was. I went to Houston. I know they lost Singletary.
Let me
I know
tell you,
that.
it's 35-1, and I looked and thought it was possible because they can throw the ball too.
They run it. They run the ball.
You know what I mean?
The worst bets to make are running back bets
No,
because
yeah.
they get hurt.
They get dinged.
They miss 4 or 5.
How about
all
King?
of them.
Yeah, not
All
just
of them
one.
miss games.
How about King Henry to Baltimore? Or have we seen Baltimore so many times we're going to have to be shown?
It doesn't make me excited at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. He's not near the back he was.
Okay.
No.
How about Saquon to Philly?
He'll lead the league in rushing there because they run the ball to death.
They still have good offensive line.
Yeah, they'll run the ball to death.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he'll if he doesn't get hurt, he'll lead.
Now here, Al and I are old timers in that respect. We have never seen so many running backs go to teams in their own division. That used to be
That was a no-no.
like a no-no.
Yeah, it was a no-no.
No more, huh?
Nobody cares. Money rules. That's
Money
all.
talks.
If we have to get rid of the guy, we'll have to go get rid of him. That's just what we have to get rid of him.
Now, one of the all-time greats, I'm going to ask you where you'd put him, too. Aaron Donald, retired over the weekend. We knew him. We used to train kids whose dad worked at Penn Hills.
Yeah, that's the truth.
They were very, very, in the weight room, 6 in the morning, to talk about him.
In a 8 Mount Rushmore, I put him in the top 8. I put them all
4's
together.
a little small?
Yeah, 4's too small for me in that position.
Now, we got
In that
Reggie. We
position.
know Reggie White. We know Bruce Smith. Do we put LT there, or was he
He's
behind?
behind. LT's outside linebacker.
Outside.
Yeah,
So we're not putting LT in there.
yeah, guys like Joe Green and Bob Lilly.
That Lilly was a bad dude.
No, there's so many that,
Okay.
in that. But Donald is in there.
Bruce Smith.
He's in there.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fanfare. I thought that's the way he would retire.
Yeah, I just saw him at the Pitt game last Tuesday, and he had a couple of guys with him. I thought they were his agents,
Okay.
but now I look back, they were just regular guys.
He's got enough money.
Oh, jeez.
I remember when he came up to buy his car, my buddy, he bought it at Mike's. Yeah,
You're just
yeah, he bought it at Mike's, and the guy come out, and the guy said, "Oh, he says
Got
you're
enough
off
money."
now, because you off." He said, "Never off."
I'm never off.
He's in that weight room.
Never off.
It looks like he could throw the whole weight
He
room. at
could.
it, too.
He could.
Unbelievable. They threw money around like it was like those gold 500s in Monopoly.
That's NFL.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that's the NFL.
Unbelievable.
Greg, our producer, would like to have some of that.
Just part of it. We'll give him part. We like him too, so we'll do that. Oh, you know what? I have one caveat here that I've not heard, but I think could be an issue. Cold weather in Chicago for a Southern Cal quarterback. Are we sure he can handle it?
I don't think he's handling it.
I don't either. I
What
watched
do you
him
mean?
crying to his mom in the stand.
He's a baby who happens to have some ability.
Oh, he's got
But I'm
ability.
telling you, he's not mature yet.
No.
And when that weather and
That hot comes off that.
when they start booing him and the snow's blowing,
He's getting booed right now. No, he won't.
he's thinking,
He'll be looking
what
for
am
his
I
mom.
doing?
He'll be looking
here?
for his mom again.
Mommy!
Looking for ham warmers. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, Major League Baseball's around the corner next week.
Oh,
already.
yes.
Where's it starting?
Padres.
Cincinnati.
Go
No.
Buccos.
Where's it starting? Yankee Stadium. No. Seoul, Korea. It's starting in
It's
Korea.
the saddest thing.
They have the Dodgers.
See,
and
I said it
Cards
on our
over there.
radio show. Opening day was my rite of passage.
Yeah.
You talking about me and
Yeah.
my dad saying
12:35
what's Dad,
Cincinnati,
they're-
right?
Yeah, they're going to play tomorrow, Dad. It's
Right.
exciting.
Yeah. 12:30.
Now
No. No, I got to
I'll be
ask you.
sleeping at 6. I guarantee you I won't be up at 6 in the morning.
Oh, you know what?
I guarantee you ain't being up at 6 in the
No,
morning.
unless I'm just getting up from watching Mannix or something. No way. I got to ask you, Garrett Cole, again, 1 month, 2 months. Do they have an off-season conditioning, or are they too afraid to ask them to be there?
No, they're not too afraid to be there. What's happened is the style of what they're doing with arms is completely wrong. Every guy goes out and throws as hard as he can for 13 pitches, 15 pitches, and starters are told, throw as hard as you
5
can
innings.
for 4 innings and we'll take you out.
Good job.
Well, that ruins your arms. The pitchers didn't do this. They learned to handle things.
Now, how
with no
about
chance.
Mookie at shortstop?
Mookie's such a great athlete. He can do whatever he
Can he do
wants.
it?
Anything he wants.
Somebody sent Al and I something the other day. He was running pass patterns, like turning guys in knots. Then he was bowling his 24th 300 game.
And then dunking it
and
backwards.
we have a buddy who played against him in basketball.
Yeah, Dennis did, yes.
So it's just
Amazing.
incredible.
Yeah, he's just
huh?
a great athlete.
So it doesn't matter.
Not where he goes.
Cleveland Indians fans, I'm curious. I think they're all curious. It's the first year without Tito's signature. And say what you want about Tito, you knew they'd be in there in August. They might not be in first place, but they'd be around.
Cleveland, I have 2 or 3 really big Cleveland fans.
Yeah.
And usually, like the Pittsburgh Pirate fans or Cleveland Indian fans, there's something they gripe about. They never griped about Francona.
No,
they all loved Francona. Everything he did, from managing.
I still blame him for starting the guy with a bloody finger, but no one else does. Up 3-1. Hey, 12-team NCAA 2 years, it's going to 14, we know right now.
Yes.
Now, can you guarantee them a seat, the SEC and Big Ten, or you tell them earn it?
No, they guaranteed already.
So 6 out of 14.
We know 6 out of 14. No, remember, it was a positive. 6 out of 14 are coming from 2 conferences.
Real quick, the women's, will you watch any of the tournament with Caitlin Clark?
I'll watch the end.
How about your young grandson?
I'll watch the end. No, you won't watch it.
They will, okay. And we agree on spring football. The U.S. wants its football in the fall.
I know I do.
Okay. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.